So guys, what we have here is a Troy-Bilt wood chipper. Now this was brought to me by a guy actually right across the backyard. He pulled it out of the shed, he tried to get it running, and he, I guess, just gave up on it. And he called ya boy. So I have already tested and made sure that what he said was correct, and it is. It would not start, so I took the carburetor cover off of it, the air filter, and I sprayed some of the good stuff in it, and she looked right off. But after that, she died. So that tells me something. There is a little gremlin in that carburetor. So let's get to it. Now, to get the carburetor off of one of these, you mainly have these two. Either they're a flathead or a 10mm bolt that you have to take off to pull this. Then if you look in behind, you have 2 bolts on the carburetor side that you have to take out. And then if you can see them 2 little bolts that connect the carburetor to the head of the motor, you got to pull them as well. So let's get them pulled. Let's get these gas lines and valve cover breathers pinched, and let's yank this carburetor. Alright, so guys, we have the carburetor in the shop, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but when I pulled it off of the chipper, that white stuff, especially this big chunk right here, hey, it decides to focus. If you can see all that white stuff on that brass piece, that is what you call crystallized ethanol. And if you look down in there, you can see that it is all inside of that little tube right there too. So if I had to guess, when we pull this bowl off, we might be in for a little treat. So I have put on some gloves, and I have gone ahead and busted this bolt loose, which for those of y'all who are wanting to know is a 1/2 inch. So let's go ahead, take this off, and it's already started seeping a little bit, so this might be interesting. All right. Bowl is loose. Let's see what we've got. Well, we've got some nasty looking gas in the float bowl. Up, if you can see it, that looks like a lot of oh yeah, I can see a little bit of crystallization beginning. That is what the float and everything looks like. I'm going to completely disassemble this. Let's go ahead and actually do that now. Sometimes it's hard to do it with gloves on, but and this pin right here is wanting to be a pain. But it's the inside of that. Oh yeah, you can definitely see it on the If it'll focus. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's healthy. You can definitely see the crystallization on the needle valve. Yeah, that's definitely going to need to be cleaned up. Which means that more than likely, that right there has got a whole bunch of crap in it. So, this is about as far down as we can tear it down from the float bowl side. Yeah, you can definitely see where it's starting to crystal up and stuff. I'm not seeing, I mean, that's obviously your idle control screw right there, but that does nothing inside the carburetor itself. And these are one of them style of carburetors that you don't really take anything out. There's no low end jet, there's no high end. Well, yeah, there is. It's inside that main piece, but what I mean is, like, it's not like a screw on the side of the carburetor here, or it's not inside it to where, it's you take your flathead and you can actually unscrew it and clean it out. There's no emulsion tube, there's no main jet, there's no nothing. It's mainly just, well, you just hit it with some carburetor cleaner and hope for the best. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to spray and soak the living crap out of it, and well, I'll be back. Alright, so I've got the carburetor about as clean as I'm going to get it. There are 3 little holes right into the center, right in like the center here, or I think it's, hold on, me look right quick. No, there's 3 little holes right in the bottom here. I don't know if you can see them, but I can't really get to them very well, so I don't know how good I got them. But other than that, she is cleaned up and good to go. Now, I did clean everything else up. This needle valve looks real good. It cleaned up real nice. And this float bowl, I mean, that turned out on like brand new. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get this carburetor put back together. We are going to be reusing the float bowl gasket because it's still in good condition. But on the gasket side going from the carburetor to the engine, I am going to replace this, which I have some gasket material that I'm going to make that out of. Only reason is because when I was taking it off the carburetor, I don't know if you can tell right here on this side, but it ripped a little bit and the material got a little thin in that spot, and which is going to cause unevenness, which can cause an air leak, a vacuum leak, which can cause the carburetor to do a whole bunch of weird things. So to prevent that from happening, I'm just going to trace this onto our gasket making sheet, and we'll just make our own. New gasket is made. Now let's go put it on the chipper. Carburetor is back on. She fired right up. I just gotta put everything else back on, but all right. Well, guys, the carburetor and all went on without an issue. I put a little bit of gas in the carburetor itself before I hooked up the fuel tank. I put it on the little rabbit there, and I put it on choke. Gave her a few good rips, and she fired right up. So I was good there. I plumbed up the original the fuel line and everything. I looked inside the gas tank, and it's got about a half tank of gas already in it, but it does have one of them built-in filters, which helps. But yeah, it runs off of its own gas. The gas didn't smell real old. Granted, it has been said. Now, I might put some Sta-Bil in it, just cause. But yeah, it fires right up and is good to go. So one happy customer. So I'm going to give him a call and say it's ready, and that'll be that. So with that being said, that's going to be a wrap for this video. So if y'all like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. If y'all are new to the channel and would be consider subscribing, please hit that subscribe button. It helps too. Yeah, really satisfied on how this turned out. These carburetors can be finicky. This one just so happens to be easy going. So yeah, till next time, we're out.